A very good morning to all of you. Let me welcome you all for the social class. Today we are going to continue the 6th chapter of your civics, Understanding Marginalization. Understanding Marginalization. Last class we have seen the introduction. We have seen this, what is marginalization and what does it leads to. It leads to social exclusion. What is marginalization ma? It forces the people, certain group of peoples to occupy margins of the society. Or society la odukkapaduvaanga illaya, that is called marginalization. It leads to social exclusion. This social exclusion அப்படினா நம்ம கொஞ்சம் அவங்கள தள்ளி வைக்கிறது, ஒதுக்கி வைப்போம் இல்லையா, that is called social exclusion. Okay, it is often faced by 5 categories. Okay, who are they? Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women, other backward classes and minorities. These people were often faces this social exclusion. Okay, then coming to the next one, these people they have some rights. Yeah, their rights are protected by whom? 2 people. One is our Indian constitution and another is our Indian government. Okay, their are rights. Okay, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women, other backward classes and minorities, their rights are protected by 2 people. One is constitution, another one is government, our Indian government. Okay, how this constitution safeguard our rights? எப்படி இந்த constitution வந்துட்டு நம்மளோட rights வந்துட்டு they are safeguarding அப்படினா by some fundamental rights that is already written in our Indian constitution. By that, okay, by fundamental rights and also by giving reservation policy. Okay, then how our government it has legislation. Okay, legislation irukku, judiciary is there and everything is there. It has some 4 categories are there. Okay, in that we have legislation. Legislation is nothing but law making body. So it can provide many laws regarding our rights, for protecting our rights. நம்மளோட ரைட்ஸ் ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு they can make a law இல்லையா, ஒரு ஆக்டை கொண்டு வரலாம் இல்லையா. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் they will enact as an law and they will make it into act. Okay, அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் they will make it an act. So they are safeguarding our rights by through legislation such as the SC and ST Act 1989, reservation for OBCs and employment of manual scavenging and construction of dry latrine prohibition act 1993. I hope you all understand. Last class we have seen till what we have seen, how tribal who are tribal peoples we have seen, what is social marginalization we have seen, and how is the tribal way of life is different from others, that we have seen in the last class. Now we are going to see how have development programs affected the tribals. நம்ம கொண்டு வர development programs வந்துட்டு how does it affect the tribals, that we are going to see now. And also we are going to see how our rights are protected by our constitution and also by the government, that we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, let us come to the first one. How have development programs affected the tribals? How எப்படிமா tribal peoples they often live in the forest areas. So what happens? We will just construct national sanctuary, we may construct, or national parks and wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserves, adha kattro and dam, and then what, then they will just live nearby rivers, lakes, அதுக்கிட்ட தானமா இருப்பாங்க, rivers, lakes, அதாவது natural resources பக்கத்துல தான் mostly tribal peoples will stay, yeah, near mountains, near whatever it may be, near forest, likewise only they will live. So அங்க வந்துட்டு நாங்க dam construct பண்றோம், அந்த மாதிரி what is that, wildlife sanctuary, national parks, that we are going to construct அப்படின்ட்டு we will just make them to move from their original place. அவங்களோட habitat, அவங்களோட பிளேஸ்ல இருந்து we will ask them to move. So what will happen? They will get affected இல்லையா, because they doesn't know how to go and live in the city. சிட்டியில் வந்துட்டு actually tribal people have some works இல்லையா, அவங்களுக்கான வேலையை அவங்க பார்த்துப்பாங்க, ஹண்டிங் அந்த மாதிரி தான் அவங்களோட ஒர்க்ஸ் இருக்கும். But when they come to the city, whether they can hunt or whether they can do the work what they have done in the forest la panna velaiya vandu whether they can come and do in the city, they can't illama. So what they have to adapt a new skill to survive in the city la survive pandradhukku they have to get a new skill. So that is not good for them. avungalukku vandu adu vandu it is not good for them. And also they have to get an educational knowledge, and they are also getting an educational knowledge in there, but it is slight different from them. avungalukku nama inge idu pandradhukku there are some difference illaya. They have different cultures, and also they are having a different opinions also they will be having. So that their livelihoods gets distracted, okay, because of that their livelihoods gets distracted, and also they will lose their natural assets, okay. avangaloda valangal avangaloda edam ellathiyume they have to miss, and they have to come to the place where they don't want to live. avungalukku thevai அப்படியே ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்துட்டு இந்த மாதிரி place வந்துட்டு they can't adapt them easily இல்லையா. That is what they have told you. For to get a new to find employment they need to get a new skills. புதுசா அவங்களுக்கு தேவையானது அவங்களுக்கு வேணும், ஓகேவா. This often forces them to take jobs in unorganized sectors as unskilled laborers, making their sustenance difficult. அவங்கள வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டத்துக்கு தள்ளிரும், ஓகேவா. As per some official reports in the page number 138, it is in the page number 138. As per official reports, around 50% of the individuals displaced due to mining projects, ஓகேவா. ட்ரைபல்ஸில் அதாவது அரௌண்ட் 50% மைனிங் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்றதுக்காக அரௌண்ட் 50% ஆஃப் த ட்ரைபல்ஸ் வேர் வொகேட்டட் ஃப்ரம் த பிளேஸ், ஓகே. அவங்கள வந்து டிஸ்பிளேஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ஓகேவா. இன் அரௌண்ட் 79% ஆஃப் த பீப்புள் டிஸ்பிளேஸ்ட் ஃப்ரம் த ஸ்டேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆந்திர பிரதேஷ், சத்தீஸ்கர், ஒடிஷா, ஜார்க்கண்ட் ஆர் ட்ரைபல்ஸ். ஆக்சுவலி 79% of the people who were displaced from Andhra, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand were tribals only, okay va. இந்த இடத்தை விட்டு இடம் மாறி போவாங்கல்லமா, they were mostly tribals only. They got displaced due to the development of national parks, because Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha லாம் there are many national parks are there இல்லையா. அதை கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்ட்டு they were displaced to another place. The tribals were displaced to another place, okay. Okay, this is what they have told you in this paragraph, okay. Then coming to the next one, how does the Constitution of India safeguard the rights of the marginalized communities? How does the Constitution of India safeguard the rights of marginalized community? Just look at the board. We have told you the Constitution safeguard the rights through fundamental rights and reservation policy. So in Constitution, in fundamental rights, in which articles what they have told, that is what we are going to see now, okay. Look at the read that activity, okay. It is very simple. One giraffe is asking that I have to study in this school, but they are not allowing that giraffe to study in the school. So he is asking, as we are staying in a democratic society, every rights is equal, everybody in for all, every rights is equal, okay. It is equal for all illaya. That is what they have told, okay. See, everyone has equal rights அப்படினா சொல்லிருக்காங்க, ஓகேவா. in as we are in a democratic city, democratic society ல இருக்குறது அப்படின்றனால each and every people has equal rights அப்படினு சொல்லிருக்காங்க, ஓகேவா. okay, first they have denied, but we are saying in a democratic society அப்படின்றனால everybody has equal rights அப்படின்றனால you can join அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டாங்க, ஓகேவா. so other base பண்ணி தான் we are going to see some set of articles that what is that, which in the article what they have told, that is in the Indian Constitution, that we are going to see, okay. According to the Constitution, look at the page number 139. According to the Constitution, every Indian citizen is entitled to equal opportunities in education, employment and social development. See, everybody is equal in education, employment and what is that, social development la everybody is equal. எல்லாத்துக்குமே அந்த இது வந்து கிடைக்கணும். நீங்க உங்களுக்கு வந்து நீங்க படிக்க கூடாது, நீங்க வந்து வேலை பார்க்க கூடாது அப்படின்லாம் சொல்றதுக்கு யாருக்கும் ரைட்ஸ் கிடையாது. That is what they have told. However, sometimes the marginalized groups are denied of such opportunities due to disadvantageous position in the society. Recognizing their needs, the Constitution has made special provisions for them and have also given them the authority to insist on their fundamental rights. Every constitution they have some ella fundamental rights they have insisted. Okay, people belonging to the marginalized section have the right to seek redressal of injustice done to them from the government and ask the authorities to enforce law to prevent discrimination. They have enforced many laws. Okay, and they have given following sections of the following sections of the Constitution of India deals with the rights of marginalized communities of the society. What are the articles we are going to see? Okay, first one is Article 15. Article 15. In Article 15, what they have told just read. In Article 15, prohibits discrimination based on religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. There should not be any discrimination regarding caste, what is that, religion, race, sex, அதாவது ஆண் பெண் அப்படின்றது இருக்கக்கூடாது, பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் பர்த் இந்த இடத்துல பிறந்திருக்கா அந்த இடத்துல பிறந்திருக்கா அப்படின்ற எந்த விதமான பாகுபாடும் இருக்கக்கூடாது. எவ்ரிபடி there should not be any discrimination. That is what prohibits discrimination. Okay, discrimination based on religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. Okay, nothing in this article however prevents the government from making special provisions for the advancement of any socially and educationally marginalized class of citizens such as scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women and the minorities. Okay, everybody has these rights. Okay, then coming to the next one, Article 16. In Article 16, what they have told? In Article 16, what they have told provides an equal opportunity to all citizens in matters related to employment in an office under the central or the state government. This article however allows reservation of posts in favor of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. See, Article 15 is for SCs, STs, minorities and women. Okay, and women, for everybody, for these four people. And Article 16 is for providing employment in every office, in every central government and state government office. Okay, provides an equal opportunity to all citizens in matters related to employment in an office under the central or the state government, central government or else state government offices liyo they have, every citizen has equal rights for employment. Okay, by employment they are, this in the reservation is favor for SC and STs. Okay, by employment, for employment for SCs and STs. Then coming to the next one, Article 17. Article 17 prohibits the practice of untouchability. Untouchability in any form. That is, Article 17 is for untouchability. Okay, untouchability. Untouchability in any form. Okay, untouchability ku da Article 17 அப்படினு சொல்லிருக்கோம். Okay va. Then coming to the Indian societies also has communities or group of people who are less in numbers than the other communities or group of people. They are referred as minorities. அதாவது ரொம்ப கம்மியான நம்பர்ஸ் இருப்பாங்க இல்லையா, அதர் கம்யூனிட்டிஸை விட அந்த இதில் ரொம்ப கம்மியான நம்பர்ஸ் இருப்பாங்களே, they are called minorities and or they are referred to as minorities and are protected by law because they are numerically less compared to the rest of the population. Okay, they are ரொம்ப கம்மியான ஆட்கள் தான் இருப்பாங்க அந்த கேட்டகரியில். Okay, they are called minorities, and to ensure that minority communities are not suppressed, they have brought to their rights are specially mentioned in our constitution under Article 29 and 30. Okay va, under this is for everybody. Okay, for minorities For minorities in Indian constitution article, these people should not be suppressed, அதாவது அவங்களோட rights should not be suppressed. For that they have given article 29 and 30. Article 29 and article 30. Okay, can you all understand? Okay, let's see what is told in the article 29 and article 30. Okay, in article 29 deals with the protection of interest of minorities. Protection of interest of minorities. It guarantees the following rights to these communities. It guarantees the following rights to these communities. First is, any section of the citizens residing in the territory of India or any part therefore having a distinct language, script, culture of its own have the right to conserve the same. அதாவது if they are having some certain cultures, இப்படி தான் நம்ம இருந்துட்டு வரோம் அப்படின்னா அவங்கள சேஞ்ச் பண்ணக்கூடிய ரைட்ஸ் nobody is having. If they shift to another place, ஒரு பிளேஸ்லேருந்து இன்னொரு பிளேஸ்க்கு if they shift ஆனாலுமே they can continue their own culture. Okay, their own culture and their own language. அதை சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்கிறக்கூடிய ரைட்ஸ் nobody is having. Okay, okay. And no citizen shall be denied admission into any educational institution maintained by the state or receiving aid from the state funds on the grounds of religion, race, caste or language. See, on the basis of religion, caste, race or language, அதாவது race means color, okay, black, white அப்படின்ற மாதிரி இல்லாமல் there should not be any discrimination. அவங்கள educational institutionல state government run பண்ணுறதுலையோ or else government aided அந்த institutionsலையோ there should not be any denied admission. அவங்களோட admission தராமல் இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஓகேவா, their admission should not be denied in any state government run பண்ணக்கூடிய schools or colleges, whatever it can be, or else government aided, government கிட்ட இருந்து fund வாங்கி they will run an institution, இல்லையா, educational institution. In that also they should not there should not be any admission deny பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஓகே, no citizen shall be denied admission into any educational institution maintained by the state or receiving aid from state fund on the grounds of religion, race, caste or language. ஓகேவா, இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி அவங்களோட அட்மிஷனை டினை பண்ணக்கூடாது. that is what they have told in the article 29. Then in article 30 provides the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. அதாவது minorities they can run an educational institution. That is what they have told in the article 30. These rights protect the minorities against discrimination and also extend sense of security. அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பாதுகாப்பாகவும் they are ensuring this article 30. Minorities like other citizens of democratic nation can move court if their rights are violated. அவங்களோட ரைட்ஸ் வயலேட் ஆச்சு அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுன்னா they can just move to the court. என்னோட ரைட்ஸ் அபகரிச்சிட்டாங்க, என்னோட ரைட்ஸை எனக்கு இந்த ரைட்ஸ் கிடைக்கல அப்படின்னா you can just go to court அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஓகேவா, this is what they have told in the article 30. okay, we have seen for minorities two articles of Indian constitution. We have seen what is that, article 29 and article 30. And for everything, article 15 is prohibits discrimination on the basis of what are they, caste, color, religion, whatever it, race, sex, place of birth. On the basis of that there should not be any discrimination. And article 60, if all citizens can be employed in state government or central government offices. Okay, it is mainly for SC and STs. And article 17 is for untouchability. It prohibits untouchability. And for minorities, article 29 and 30. I hope you all understand how does the constitution of our India safeguards the rights through these two things that we have seen in this topic. Next we are going to discuss about the next thing, what measures has the government taken for the marginalized sections of the society. The rest of the thing, how the government protect our rights, that we are going to see. How they by providing laws and also by providing reservations and also by providing this act, okay va, Employment of Manual Scavenging and Construction of Dry Latrine Prohibition Act 1993. That is what we are going to see. Okay, then coming to the next one, what measures has the government taken? Take page number 140 in your book. What measures has the government taken for the marginalized section of the society? The state and the central government have designed several policies and schemes and promote and retain social justice as well as to develop these underprivileged and marginalized communities of our society. Under these special schemes and policies, the members of socially economically disadvantaged communities are provided with scholarships and amenities such as free or subsidized hostel accommodation and healthcare facility. Special scholarship for girls have also been introduced to provide them equal opportunities. As you all know, they are giving many scholarships. They are giving Ilema for girls. They are providing scholarships and also for what are they? And they are providing hostel fees, subsidized hostel accommodations and amenities such as free or subsidized hostel accommodation and healthcare facilities. They are providing freely. Okay. Some important policies and measures for the marginalized communities have been discussed below, that we are going to see. First is in 1989, what they have brought a Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Act 1989 they have brought. Okay. Prevention of Atrocities Act was introduced to ensure the dignity of the marginalized section of the society. Okay, marginalized sections அவங்களோட டிக்னிட்டியை வந்துட்டு என்ஷூர் பண்ணுறதுக்காக, அவங்கள வந்து அசிங்கப்படுத்திடுவாங்கல்ல அவ்வளோ ஈஸியாக வந்து they will prohibit them or else they will அவங்கள வந்துட்டு what is that, they will harass them இல்லையா, அவங்கள வந்து தள்ளி வைக்கிறது, டிஸ்கிரிமினேட் பண்ணுறது or else making them exclude from the society, தள்ளி வைக்கிறது, அதெல்லாம் பண்ணுவாங்க இல்லையா, அதெல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படின்றதுக்காக they have given certain they have brought an act. In that, what are the provisions they have given? That is what we are going to see. We are having 8 provisions we are having. What are the provisions that is given in the Act 1989, SC/ST Act 1989? No person belonging to the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe can be denied to enter religious or public place. அதாவது SC/ST people should not be இந்த கோயிலுக்குள்ளே வரக்கூடாது or else இந்த பப்ளிக் பிளேஸ்க்குள்ளே வரக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு யாரும் சொல்லக்கூடாது அப்படின்றது. That was the first point. No person belonging to SC and STs can be denied to enter a religious or public place. ஒரு கோயிலுக்குள்ளேயோ இந்த கோயிலுக்குள்ளே நீ வரக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கான ரைட்ஸ் யார்கிட்டையுமே கிடையாது. That is the first point that is given in the Act 1989. Okay, practicing untouchability is a punishable offence. As you all know, untouchability வந்து it is a punishable offence. Okay, தீண்டாமை அப்படின்றது இருக்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. And educational facility should be given to everybody, should be given to SC/STs in schools and colleges. கண்டிப்பா எல்லாத்துலயுமே they have to be given an opportunity, they have to given an educational facility. Then no educational institution can deny admission to the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe. அட்மிஷன் வந்து தரமாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு யாருமே சொல்லக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. Then the next one is the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes are entitled to graduation scholarship if they secure higher graduates. Okay, higher grades. Okay, if they get நல்ல higher grades எடுத்தாங்க அப்படின்னா they are applicable to scholarships. ஓகேவா, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து scholarship provide பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. Then seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes for government and semi-government jobs. As you all know, for every government job there is some reservation இல்லையா, they will allocate some இப்போ வந்து some vacancies to the particular caste. Okay, scheduled casteக்கு ஒரு set of ஒரு vacancies வந்து they will allocate for them and the set of another number of vacancies will be allocated for another people. Okay, அந்த மாதிரி there will be reservations, seats vandu they will reserve for SCs and STs. Okay, then humiliation like physical and mental harassment that cause defamation to their human dignity is punishable. ஏதாவது அவங்கள வந்து அசிங்கப்படுத்துவாங்கல்லமா, that should not be done. Like physical and mental harassment should not be done to SC/ST people. Land belonging to tribal people cannot be sold or bought by non-tribal people. The land which is owned by tribal people should not be sold to another non-tribal people. It should not be sold. வாங்கவும் கூடாது, விற்கவும் கூடாது. ஓகேவா? நான் ட்ரைபல் பீப்புளுக்கு, ஒன்லி ட்ரைபல் பீப்புள்னா ட்ரைபல் பீப்புளுக்குள்ளே மட்டும்தான் they have to அதை வந்து செல் பண்ணுறதோ இல்லைனா அவங்கக்கிட்டேருந்து வாங்குறது விற்கிறது எல்லாமே வித்தின் ட்ரைபல் பீப்புளுக்குள்ளே தான் நடக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. தென் the constitution also guarantees the right of tribal people to repossess their land. அவங்களுக்கு அவங்களோட land திரும்ப வேணும் அப்படின்னா they can திரும்ப வேணும்னா they can re-get their land from the people. Okay, அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து land திரும்ப வாங்கிக்கிறதுக்கான ரைட்ஸும் they are given in that act. Okay, next, coming to the next one, reservation policy. What is reservation policy ma? Before that, did you know they have given the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 prohibits the perpetration of offences against the members of SCs and STs and establishes special courts for the trial of such offence. ஏதாவது SC/STs வந்து if they what is that, if they did any offence against SC/STs, they can just directly go to the கோர்ட்டுக்கு போகலாம். அதுக்குன்னு தனியாக they have established a special court for that. Okay, 2015 amendment to this act add new atrocities to the list of offences that are prohibited against the SC/STs, thereby making the prevention of atrocities law more stringent. What is more stringent? ரொம்ப அதை வந்து ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆக்குறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஓகேவா? this act is becoming more stronger after amending it in 2015. Okay, then coming to the next one, what is the next one? Reservation policy. Reservation policy, what is reservation policy ma? They are allocating some set of அதாவது ரிசர்வேஷன் அப்படின்னாலே என்னது, இப்போ கவர்மெண்ட் ஜாப்ஸுக்கு வேகன்சிஸில் வந்துட்டு they will be having some reservation, 10% reservation இந்த கேட்டகரிக்கு, 20% reservation is for this category, likewise that is called reservation. Okay, அவங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு certain amount of seats வந்து allocate பண்ணிடுவாங்க, that is called. Okay, the reservation policy in India was adopted with an objective to uplift certain historically disadvantaged communities. சில கம்யூனிட்டிஸ் வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப தாழ்ந்து இருப்பாங்கல்லமா, அவங்கள வந்து கொஞ்சம் முன்ன கொண்டு வரணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக they have given some reservation policy. Who were subjected to social economic discrimination due to ignorance and lack of empathy in the Indian society. The government maintains and periodically updates a list of communities who are categorized as scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes and other backward classes. OBC, SC, STs, these three categories were கொஞ்சம் எல்லாத்தை விட கொஞ்சம் கீழே அப்படின்னு சொல்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ they have அதாவது கீழே அப்படின்னா what is that, they were physically they were disadvantaged communities. அதாவது அவங்களுக்குன்னு எந்த ஒரு சலுகையும் போய் சேராமல் இருந்துட்டு இருந்துச்சு முன்னாடிலாம் யார் மேலே இருக்காங்களோ அவங்க தான் அந்த மாதிரி அவங்களுக்கு தான் எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ வந்து வாட் தே ஆர் டூயிங் அப்படின்னா, we have to make other people, SC, STs, OBCயில் இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாத்தையுமே கொஞ்சம் மேலே கொண்டு வரணும், everybody should be equal அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் they are giving certain allocations, they are giving some reservations வந்துட்டு கொடுத்துட்ருக்காங்க. ஓகேவா? These communities have been entitled to special reservation policies in educational institutions funded by the government and in government offices. Government officesலையும் சரி, government institutionsலையும் சரி, they are giving some extra reservation policies, special reservation policies வந்து இந்த கேட்டகரிக்கு கொடுக்குறாங்க. For instance, the government funded institutions, in government funded institution 22.5% seats are reserved for SC and STsக்கு வந்து ரிசர்வ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. This percent has increased to 49.5% with an additional 27% seats being reserved for OBCs. அதாவது before that, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து what has happened அப்படின்னா 22.5% only is allocated for SC and STs. But nowadays what happened அப்படின்னா 49.5% is allocated for SC and ST, and additional 27% is allocated for reserved for OBCs. Okay, that is what they have told you. The students who want to access their reservation need to apply with a certificate of proof of their caste and tribe. Okay, as you all know, SC STs now they have to have a certificate, and also for OBC also they should have a OBC certificate vandu irukano abindradha they have given. Scholarships are also given to meritorious students from these communities. Scholarships also they are providing. Okay, that is what reservation policy. First we have seen SC STs Act 1989, and the next one is reservation policy we have seen, and the last one is employment of manual scavenging and construction of dry latrine prohibition act that they have enacted in 1993. That is what we are going to see. Last class itself I have told you what is manual scavenging. It is nothing but cleaning the animal and human excreta with hand. Okay va, by hand avanga kai vechi and the animal and human excreta vandittu they will clean. That should not be happen illama. If they clean adha vandu clean panna appadina kandipa நம்ம society வந்துட்டு what they will do, கண்டிப்பா அவங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் சல்லி வைப்பாங்க. அது அவங்கள வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே ஒரு சொசைட்டில இருந்து கொஞ்சம் தள்ளியே வைப்பாங்க இல்லையா. that should not be done அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் they have brought this act. Okay, they have enacted this act in 1993. Okay, let us read this. Manual scavenging refers to the practice of removing and disposing untreated human and animal excreta manually. As I already told you, kaiyala da manuala they will clean that. Okay, that should not be done. Manual scavengers remove human excreta from latrines with their hand and carry them to the dumping grounds on their head or shoulders. முன்னெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்கன்னா ட்ரை லேட்ரின்ஸ், அதுதான் ட்ரை லேட்ரின்ஸ் வந்து இருக்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஓகேவா, அதாவது திறந்த வழியில் மலம் கழிக்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்களாமா, அங்கெங்கே இருக்கும் இல்லையா. தட் ஷுட் நாட் பி டன் அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் they have enacted this act. Okay, the dehumanizing practice of manual scavenging is interlinked with the practice of untouchability. As I already told you, இப்படி பண்ணுறவங்கள வந்து untouchability வந்து கண்டிப்பாக இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் தீண்டாமை, அவங்க கிட்ட போக மாட்டோம் அப்படிலாம் நடந்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க இல்லையா. அது நடக்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் இந்த ஆக்ட் வந்து கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. Manual scavenging has been prohibited under the Employment of Manual Scavengers and Construction of Dry Latrines Prohibition Act, which was passed by the Parliament in 1993. Okay, May 1993 la தான் இந்த ஆக்டை வந்து பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க. This is because of whom? கண்டிப்பாக இந்த ஆக்டை கொண்டு வரதுக்கு one person or else ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷன் வந்து இதுக்காக they will protest பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க இல்லையா. Which organization is that? That is what we are going to see. This law is enacted. It is done by Safai Karmachari Andolan. Safai Karmachari Andolan. Safai Karmachari Andolan, SKA. Okay, Safai Karmachari Andolan அப்படின்றது ஒரு human rights, that is a Indian human right organization. Okay, that is an Indian human right organization. It only campaigns for eradicating manual scavenging வந்து eradicate பண்ணும். That should not be done அப்படின்றது they only campaign and they have enacted this act. ஓகேவா, இந்த ஆக்ட் வந்து வரதுக்கான காரணமாக யார் இருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா Safai Karmachari Andolan. This is an Indian human right organization. Indian human rights organization. Indian human rights organization. Okay, they have also in this organizations who is the founder, Beswada Wilson was the founder of this organization, and he has also won Raman Magsaysay Award in July 2016 la 27th July 2016 la he has won Raman Magsaysay Award. Who is that? Beswada Wilson. Okay, see, Beswada Wilson, he has won Raman Magsaysay Award. Okay. He is the founder of that Safai Karmachari Andolan, SKA. Okay? Okay. Okay. This is what they have told in the prohibition of practice of manual scavenging. And the last paragraph, we should conclude the class. What is that? What do you understand from this? There should not be any marginalization, should not be there. Social exclusion irukakudadu. Namma ellarume, everybody is equal. We just are human. We are just human. Ellarume equal da அப்படின்ற எண்ணம் வந்து even though the government என்னதான் act அந்த மாதிரி articles constitutionல சொல்லிருந்தாலுமே we people should have that idea. நம்ம வந்து யோசிக்கணும். Each and every people should think everybody is equal அப்படின்றத we should start from us. Then only the entire people will change. That should be in everybody's thought. That is what they have concluded in that last paragraph. Though the government aims to impart social justice to the marginalized sections, we as citizens also need to make constant efforts to safeguard their rights. It is the time to change our mindset towards them so that everybody can lead a dignified life. This is the conclusion. I hope you all understand what this lesson tells you. This is about full and full is about marginalization and how it is often faced by whom and how our rights are protected by constitution and the government. We have seen and we have also explained all these things. And in the last class we have talked about what is that census 2011 pati paathollama. In that census how many years once it will happen? Once in 10 years. Okay, then what we have to recap it. And which is the highest populous state in India? Uttar Pradesh. Which is the least populated state? Sikkim. According to census 2011 according to census 2011 this was the statement given. But when 2021 la inimel da census edupanga, then only we will know which is the accurate answer. Okay, I hope you all understand this lesson very well. Read the lesson once more, then only you will get a clear idea. Okay, thank you students.